Unfortunately, two greasy hair clumps together, creating a more scalp show-through, or whatever we'll call it, where you can just see the scalp underneath the hair. But don't worry, it's a myth that washing your hair too often makes it fall out. In fact, washing your hair can help make your hair look thicker by reducing the oiliness that weighs down on the strands, giving What is up, guys, and welcome back. So it's been a while since my last post, and for those of you who might be wondering if I were about to quit my YouTube channel, don't worry, I won't. I simply just had some private stuff to take care of. I had to move to a new place, I had to finish my paper for my semester at the university, and well, yeah, you know, life and stuff just happens. I also gained way too much weight, and therefore I'm going on 400 mg of testosterone for a while, and will do a video on my hair loss versus 400 milligrams of testosterone soon. But today's video is going to be 4 simple hairstyle tips that you might not know about. That is a major game changer for those of us guys with thinning hair. Of course, these tips are more like cover-ups on your bad spots, and therefore I will always suggest you do the basic hair loss prevention before you take a look at this kind of videos. If you don't know about these hair loss remedies, check out this video up here. And with that said, let's get started with this video for today. Tip number 1, cut it short. Many men with thin hair try to grow out their hair or part of it differently to cover up bald spots, but actually shorter hairstyles are way more flattering for thin hair and fine hair. This is because long hair is heavy, so it has less volume at the roots. Short hair, on the other hand, is more lightweight, so it looks good in volumized styles. Men tend to lose hair on top, so keeping the hair shorter on the side helps to blend everything together and makes those thin areas less apparent. Tip number 2, wash your hair often. Most guys with thinning hair are afraid to wash their hair too often. Unfortunately, two greasy hair clumps together, creating a more scalp show-through, or whatever we'll call it, where you can just see the scalp underneath the hair. But don't worry, it's a myth that washing your hair too often makes it fall out. In fact, washing your hair can help make your hair look thicker by reducing the oiliness that weighs down on the strands, giving your hair more volume. Just make sure to select a gentle shampoo that won't dry up your scalp or your hair. I have some links down below where you can find some good shampoos that is gentle to your hair but still keeps all the grease out of there. This lightweight formula doesn't weigh hair down, and keep in mind, girls usually use other kind of formulas to get a more, well, oily look to their hair. They like to use oils and stuff in their hair, which is fine when you have a big dense hair. But for guys, we should have a lightweight formula, and we should also remember always to use a conditioner after washing our hair. Tip number 3, try a dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is a great option for guys who don't have time to wash their hair every day or just don't want to. Dry shampoo works alone by absorbing excess oil, and by that way it adds volume to your thin hair, as you just talked about earlier. Just make sure to give your hair a good scrub the next time you wash it, since products like dry shampoo can actually create a buildup of all kinds of greasy stuff on your strands that will eventually weigh them down, as we just talked about yet again. Pro tip, I usually use dry shampoo to take off excess hairstyling products from my hair if I apply too much and it gets lumpy in some weird spot. I just rub a bit of dry shampoo in there, and it will usually unstick the lumpy hair and just make it look very clean and nice again. Number 4, use powder wax. So these things are fairly new, and I recently stumbled upon them when I moved and I had to find a new barber. The guys I met were super great and did a superb job with my hair. But when it came to the part where they usually put some styling products in your hair, he started putting this powder thing in my hair, and I had them explain what it were, and simply he explained to me that it was wax in a powder form that simply makes your hair look way thicker and gives it more volume. And I for one must confess, I wish we had this years ago, because it does wonders for my weak spots and my weak areas. So unfortunately he didn't have anyone left to sell me at the shop, so I had to order one from Amazon. I post a link down below if you want to get one yourself. But honestly, this stuff just makes wonders for my hair, and it makes my weak spot not look so apparent anymore, and I don't have to be that cautious when I apply styling products to my hair. So usually the normal or the classic way to apply hair styling products is to apply a lot of them to your fingers and then go through your hair. Well, it makes sense that the first strokes are gonna get a lot of applying products over there, and the last kind of strokes are usually a bit silly, and it's usually a pretty hard thing to get it evenly out there, because every time you touch your hair you'll make it lump together even further. Well, applying the wax was actually fairly easy. You just powdered a bit around my head, and just the first stroke it just got full volume and just looked great, and it was super easy to style and look great the rest of the day. So there's the whole difference. It's just way easier to apply. It's just a new method of applying wax. There's no different formula or anything weird about it. It's just dry wax in a powder form. I would suggest you guys to go out and try that if you haven't seen it already. So guys, that is all I have for you today. If you like this video, you know the drill, like, comment, subscribe, all that. And if you want to see how things are going with my 400 milligrams of testosterone weekly and with my finasteride and IU-58841 and so on, stay tuned guys, because I will be posting a lot more videos the next following weeks, since I'm off from school and I have a lot of time on my hands, so just spend on my YouTube channel. So guys, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.